You were the best comedian in music 5 consecutive times. Was there any time that you actually relinquished your crown? Maybe somebody else became the best while you were still there. But two
No,
later, okay. Corino was
there
never
was
the
no,
king
no. Yeah, I know say I funny. Oh, yeah, but you yourself, you know say I funny. Then I
before he
want to be
died.
funny.
Before he died.
Well, I think the thing it wasn't it wasn't a big deal. We're not me. I not even it was not a big deal for me, right? Because I didn't fancy all of. I think it was one time I went to Asaba. I went to Asaba. I had a friend. I have a friend in Asaba. That's Frank the Don because I was bringing Frank the Don. So I went to Asaba and I saw Frank the Don. He has different placard. Best comedian this, best comedian that, best comedian this, best comedian that for Frank the Don. I was like, that's how they do this thing. Do you understand? But my own that day where I collect the best comedian certificate or plaque or whatever. Now that day I could
Mm,
go. I wasn't that. I'm not that kind of person that wants to keep it and decorate it. If you come to my house, you will see it. Of course,
yes.
it's a good thing, but I didn't really hold it to high esteem like it was a big deal. Do you get my work was to make sure that I don't have a flop in any show because back then, if there's one thing they say, couple, if you
Yes.
climb stage and you don't perform well, music will shout couple for you. So that was the only thing I was fighting never to experience. And by God's grace, I did not.
Mm,
You get it was not about the certificate. I was just like God. When people come on stage and they're performing and somebody is shouting couple, couple, and then you
mm.
feel down and then you just leave the crowd, the stage in shame. I didn't want to be in that position.
Bimas, are you saying it on Gbam now that Corino or no other comedian was rated above you during your time in Unison?
No, no, no. During my time, no, I didn't have that kind of. There was no such thing. It's okay. People had best comedian in terms of
Yes.
what's it called, departmental night and blah blah blah. I think what happened was during there was one time that substitute. Abi? Yes, there was one time they changed my name as best comedian, but the thing come cast sha. They come now give me the award back again. They now said best MC.
Hi! Now I know why Pine Leaf has been saying land banking is a must. Ọ bụ na m were cash nji n'aka tinye na ana ma na-efichalụ nwatakịrị ntọrọ atọ tebụl ọ pụtara na ọdị m around na-abalụ m mba. Ha! Sports bet na-emego m alụ. Sports bet na-emego m alụ. Look at me. Na-efichalụ nwa ntọrọ atọ tebụl. Nenụ m ọgaranya dịkwana mma n'alụ. Ha! Sports betting yo!
Mm.
Yeah, I think that was the only one time it happened. I had a misunderstanding with the then director of socials because I was like, when I got to pay me money like this, if I not pay me, I not go come SUG night.
Mm.
You understand? Enough of the SUG night is a platform, but no, when I go pay me,
Mm.
and if I not go pay me, so after the whole thing, I think they now said, okay, Puyano was now contacted to be the host for SUG night. So I think they now removed me from best comedian to now give it to Kiriano.
Okay.
So that night of the SCG night, I think Kizito now said they now invited Kizito. Kizito was very close to the vice chancellor there. Kizito now said he's not coming for the night if I'm not going to host it. So somehow they now contacted me back when I agreed and I was paid, and then I went for the night. So during the award, I think they gave Koreano best comedian. Then now still gave me best MC.
Mm.
But I think it was the placard then that they gave to me. It wasn't my name that was on it.
Mm.
You know that kind of thing. They now announced and gave it to me, and then after the event, they now had to now do another one for me. Normal school politics.
Undoubtedly, you and Corino you guys were the kings, right on mercy of our time. and we must give it to you guys because give honor to whom honor is due. During your experience in Unizik, before you became popular, after you became popular, during when you're popular, can you give me the three comedians that you really, as a comedian, you felt their energy too? Apart from you, people that you say, these guys really did it during our time, that you felt you feel them too as a comedian. Three people during your time.
As comedian, you have to give me a list because I have who was
During when you came into school, you saw some people there doing comedy. When you became comedian, became popular, some people were still there. After you became popular, some people are still there.
Yeah, I think if I have to give energy, it's about I'll just segment it in terms of starting up a show.
Okay.
Holding crowd down.
Okay.
No matter how the show is, to keep crowd,
Yes.
Because as a host, MC, comedian, crowd means a lot to us.
Okay.
So if you come for an event and you don't find enough people, it's not really easy for you to, crack up.
Mm-hmm.
But for the likes of Kuriano, it was very easy for him.
Mm.
So if you tell Kuriano, event won't start to go hold the show, even if it's 7 people or 8 people, Kuriano can carry them along, pending when people will come, right?
Mm.
Then, in terms of entertainment, the likes of Bami Yi, they say Bami Yi is not an MC, he's just an entertainer.
Yes.
But, back then, people would just say, if you're not singing, you're an MC.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You understand that? But Bami Yi has a unique talent for himself. Yeah, very. And just like when you have Kenny Black doing his thing,
yes.
It took time. It is now that people will now say there is music comedy. There is Kenny Black does this, people are now, but then we didn't understand any of those things. But I just knew that Bami Yi was good at what he was doing. Do you get?
Yes.
Prince Nature, he's smart in terms of he can prepare for something.
Yes.
And I think Prince Nature does a lot of research. So President is somebody that I think he does a lot of research. He does, how do I put it? He's informed. Do you get?
Yes.
So, but there is a difference between being funny and being funny as per se, this person is funny, jokes or without jokes, this person is a funny person. So I think I belong to those class of people that when I'm on stage, I can't remember going on. The only time I went on stage, planning what to do on stage, preparing, blah, 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 was during Crack Your Ribs.
Yes.
Do you get? And even though I did that, it wasn't actually one of my best performances.
Yes.
You get? I can just go on stage and then whatever comes. That's it. You get? But Prince Nature he can act it, like he can plan himself and be like, I want to go for Yan Baba's show. Parrot Mouth is coming. And Parrot Mouth said he's going to wear a white suit. Prince Nature can sit down and prepare something that when Parrot Mouth introduce him, he can use the white suit that Parrot Mouth is wearing to entertain the crowd. You get? So he's very good at planning himself, being articulate in terms of comics and every other part. Then, what was his name? NJ Gabriel is funny. You get? NJ Gabriel is funny. He doesn't really need much to, Then who again? Onyobodo, it's funny. Because Onyobodo, I think Onyobodo told is that he got to discover his strength. He discovered his strength on time, which is knowing that I can actually make people laugh with the Igbo language.
Yes.
I think he's one of the people that started doing the whether you dey hear English or concern am once you come. And then he discovered it on time and it's working for him. So I think comedy is not like you can't have two comedians that are the same. That's my own. There are no two in the
Go ahead, please.
You can't have two comedians that are the same. And the comedy industry is big enough that no matter how funny you are, people want to listen to the next comedian.
Yes.
That's why you go for an event, they will say, you know, go that event's funny. No, if you see basketball match, one key people, I go die one key people. Guy, if you see clean the drunk performance, I just we say Godons come that show.
Thank you.
Do you understand?
Thank you. During those times, which comedian or comedians would you say they actually wasted their time being a comedian, that they have no business being a comedian during those time? Who would you say now? I have say
I won't put it in that way. Okay. But I know that there are people who love entertainment, right? You can love something and you can train. I know somebody who was never a comedian, but because he kept on going for comedy shows, seeing how they are doing it, he started trying it. Now, I have a friend. He was the best graduating student in economics, right? What was his name? Abachuku Ezife. Yeah, I think probably you might see this video. Abachuku Ezife, that's the son of former governor of Anambra State, first Anambra State governor. Ezife's son. So then the guy, they were doing their music and then he was like, he likes this MC work, he likes comedy. I told you that you can try it. It's okay. One of these events that I said, okay. He was preparing. And then one day we went for, I think it was SUG night. He now said I should introduce him. The guy don't prepare all his jokes. He was ready. The moment I said, I forgot, he did MC talking something, talk. I forgot the name there. The moment I introduced the guy, the guy can stage, hold the mic, they look around, try to look up. He didn't look at the guy. The only thing that just came out of his mouth was, I don't forget everything I want to talk. And the funny thing?
People laughed.
He stood, the moment he said it, everywhere tear. But because, he's not a comedian,
he didn't
know how straight up. But if this thing is in talent, the moment you climb stage, crowd, they look you, they look loud. Crowd, they look you, they look like, just say, don't forget everything I want to talk. Crowd, boss laugh. It was just the highlight for you to take it up from there.
Yes.
Do you get? So after 1 minute, there was nothing coming out. Everywhere blank, nothing. Nothing you want to do.
True. You don't forget
anything you want to talk. Then crowd come, they look at him, they look. At the end of the day, he dropped the mic and left. So he couldn't go back again to comedy till now.
Yeah.
You understand? But probably if he kept on pushing and doing his thing, it will peak. Okay, so for people, if you do comedy, your body now, not that person will tell you. That's why if you can try comedy and it's not working, you just get straight to say you are an MC, a host. That's all. You don't try to be funny. So.
Before we came into music, we were hearing Parrot's mouth. There is this rock and roll thing that you did. I think Basket Mouth commended you and said that you are the best thing he has ever seen, something like that. What happened that night, and then what was the aftermath? Why didn't because after that we expected you to be national. What happened?
Okay, I would say then before then they did Glue Rock and Roll before that time. I was popular in Oka, and then we did Glue. Before then they did Glue Rock and Roll, not Glue Rock and Roll. They did
Rock Fest. I did Glue Fest.
Yes, there was a Glue event that held before that one. So everybody, including SUG president, all them Hallmark, those anti-corp people that do security for Glue. Everybody was like, I was like, see how I go take perform for this event. They say, no, Ebo, you Parrot now. That if Glue come Oka, Glue supposed to come find you. Do you understand?
Yes.
If Glue come Oka, Glue supposed to come find you. Which one they say you go to find us? I say I want to perform for this event. They say no worry, you go perform, we go talk. They were calling, everybody. That day of the event, my brother. Event starts, event finish. I did not even cross backstage. I didn't even near VIP. Right? That one, I now went to I was feeling down. I was like, hi, so I not perform for this Glow show. Then fast forward some months later or a year later, then I now saw Glow Rock and Roll, right? So that Glow Rock and Roll, I now saw Mr. and Miss Glow Rock and Roll. And then my friend, calling my cousin, Slim Joe, already won Glow Rock and Roll Abuja. So he was the one that said, say Glow, they come walk out. And I asked him, the Glow Rock and Roll, the Mr. Glow Rock and Roll pageant, what and what is expected of you? He now said, there's the first outing where you come out with your corporate attire. And then there's second outing for talent display. And then I say, no worry, I don't want to know what third outing, fourth outing, and fifth outing is. As long as there is a particular one that you coming out for talent display, do you get? So I now went and now applied to apply for Mr. Glow Rock and Roll. After I applied for that Mr. Glow Rock and Roll, when I started the audition, I passed the audition. Do you get? Because on the audition, they will ask you, the audition was strictly your talent. So when I came, I said I'm a comedian. And they were like, okay, crack us up. And I did one or two jokes. Everybody bust laugh. They say you on the beat. So they now added me too. So, but me, I was not going for Glow Rock and Roll for the contest. I was like, if this is the opportunity I will have to perform before that crowd, do you get? I will go for it. Then we went for the Glow Rock and Roll. So the first outing when I came out, and everybody was like, I know the Parrot man be that. You say na Parrot man. They say no Parrot man, say na Parrot man. People were like, Parrot man, no, they do beauty pageant now. No Parrot Martin, no, man. Me, I'd never talk to anybody because everybody would, and I was like, if I'm doing this, that means, normal pageant, it is when the show is at its peak that it will start, not the when event will start. So the thing started well. Then when I now came out for the second outing, which is talent display, I think it was Ketensha and Ransinua. Ketensha and Ransinua that were the host. Then Basket Mouth was the comic character for that day. And then when they now introduced me, I now came out.
To all my brothers in America, Europe, Asia, Africa, and across the globe, chetakwa na akuro uno, amala onye kpatala ya. Think home, think Pine Leaf Estate and Properties Limited. Okwa n'ife ifele na inwela na be nna ye. Secure a land and secure your future with Pine Leaf Estate and Properties Limited.